In this Civ 6 or Civilization 6 video, I try to make the list of the top 10 people most likely to turn off the life button in 2020 because what I'm doing in Civ 6 today can only be explained as self-torture. We are playing a snow-only start, and dear God, this has to be one of the most dire starts I've ever had as I show the mods, but yeah, let's kill my Civ 6 will in yet another game. I'll settle this coastal city here so I have the population to build settlers, and I get a free builder as the Maui, who I chose because Chris Anderson's smaller native cousin can set sail immediately with shipbuilding, and as much as I like the penguins of Madagascar, I don't love them enough to freeze my nut hair off. I'm going urban planning first because I need some settlers out ASAP. Now, I have also turned barbarians off because in this small continent's map, they'd swarm me as if I was playing the Western Roman Empire. There's Tamiris, whose cavalry army is gonna have a hard time crossing the sea in this Civ 6 game, so she shouldn't be a threat. I send my builder to explore because I hate scouts with such a passion that you'd think they were my ex, but I found some great spots to settle with the thick lady of the reeds and marshes. I buy my first settler, and after migrating to the other continent, I couldn't plan any districts properly, so I decided to explore with them as well. As you can see, I also like living on the edge. We settle the city as half my chromosomes stop.x working, and I planned out my districts on some bonus resources that I can't chop because I'm playing the Maui. If I knew my neighbor was going to be this juicy continent, I would have picked Australia or Germany or something, but what happened. We send Walmart Rockefeller to my second city, which will be my pseudo-capital, as, like colonial powers did to Ethiopia, I'm ignoring my real capital. We meet a science city-state, and it feels like it's 8 a.m. all over again, cause I'm hard as a rock. Second city down by turn 40, and this game might be easier than I thought. Classical era, as nothing happened in the ancient except my suzerainship to Nalanda, and all the tiles I've explored. Pantheon time and Lady of the Reeds and Marshes is turning my swampy Shrek homeland into a center of production that will spawn the next industrial revolution somehow. We see the dumbass in his natural habitat, unaware that half his pins are going to be made null as strategics, and Maui's abilities will soon make him realize. And there he goes, just now realizing his mistakes as he removes his pins in a fit of rage. Nature's beautiful sometimes, isn't it? We meet Bottle Plug Earrings, who screwed my last game when I was surrounded by mountains, and Germany, who looks like he hasn't screwed anything with that neckbeard he has going on. Australia is next, who look like he stole Frederick's girlfriend, as we get another settler, and finally get political philosophy, go classical republic, and get the government plaza. And we get the Congo, and in tradition of roasting all the leaders in my games, the man looks like the swamp monster guy from The Last Airbender. TheCivLifeR, why aren't you settling your cities? Have you forgotten what button to press? You suck. L plus ratio. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some chores I need to do. Basement rent doesn't pay itself, you know. First World Congress session, and I've made it my life's mission to not flunk out and go for the easy Diplo victory, which anyone can do in any game, even without a city. Finally, Ancestral Hall is done. Now, I settle all three of my settlers who've been in the goatsy position waiting for me to go, as we get free builders in every one. Oh yes! Indian Peter Griffin is going to help us catch up in science in no time. My capital's doing jack all right now, so I might as well try to get some golden traders out of it. Normally, I go for industrial zones first and then commercial hubs, all after building the campuses, of course, but I'm going to switch things up, you know? See how I like it, and I decide to build commercial hubs and harbors instead of industrial zones as my second district. Owls of Minerva is the best option, as I'm going for science, and more spies and wildcard and economic slots is going to be great. And now for the final push after research labs, it's spaceports, then all the space projects. I know I'm making 38 science per turn, but just trust me, it's gonna be fine. And this spawn of Satan does it again, like I can't get this godly city after all. I get a cultural alliance with Australia so I could settle the northern cities without having to deal with loyalty issues, as I ended up getting a Tamiris research alliance later on, where all my actual traders went. The only thing bigger than feudalism this game is your spongy urethra of everyone who likes and subscribes to not miss out on future content, but extra build charges are OP. Here's all the city-state nipples I've been suckling on this entire game, from Nan Mandole, who was a great find, as I'll be able to keep up in culture now with 2 culture for every coastal district. Australia, I'm begging you, take my capital. I want my palace in a city that matters. Oops, looks like the people are revolting. Hey John, let's share some paintings. seems to have fixed the issue somehow. Exploration is ours, as the only thing better than Merchant Republic is every other non-tier 2 government. But hey, this is the best we can do at this point. On another note, our science is catching up to the mean with almost all our cities settled, along with our traders and campuses out. We're looking a lot better than I thought we'd be at this point. And there it is, pollution. Who doesn't like waking up for a 20-hour shift, breathing in that musty factory air on your way to work to get your hand ripped off in a machine accident? Oh my goodness, Australia just got fisted, and I don't think he consented. Without a capital, Ruhr Valley, I'll put it in my second best city after chopping away all the forests. The first great scientist of the game, and he sucks monkey testicles, but he's something. Indoctrination is huge, as after brainwashing people against their will to spy for us, we can steal every eureka we need from J of Armin. Great Zimbabwe's another trader, and boom, free lighthouse and a shipyard. That makes the city infinitely better. And the Ruhr Valley, with 2 decent cities to build spaceports, this game is looking easier by the turn. Oi! Dark Age. But we've taken the lead in science, so that makes things manageable. And we get the sweet kiss from Sid Meier himself spawning on us down from the heavens, as we can make it so that spies can steal techs way better, meaning that with the 5 I have out right now, I'm feeling like the KGB during the Cold War. For some reason, no one built the mausoleum, and everyone is my ally except Kamai, cause Jay can suck my dick. Spaceports research, now is the time to push that last little leg to victory, and with my science, we have it in the bag. 2 sources of aluminum, this must be Christmas, no more needing to waste power, and you absolutely love to see it. Not only are we getting techs, but also getting promotions, so we can have the Monstars defending our spaceports after we suck Kamai for all he's worth. There's Mausoleum now, all our great engineers can work twice for massive effect. Holy shit! Is this what climate change is actually gonna do? I'll be back real quick. I'm gonna go hump a tree. With no techs left to steal, it's time to build the iron defense for the spies. Iron Curtain comes later. No one builds Huitakala yet, and those juicy amenities are all mine for the taking. There's the satellite and the Iron Curtain for more science and production, but I'm not done yet. Like I said, Mausoleum gives me 2 engineered charges, and so where'd I use the second one after Huitakala? Big Ben, baby. Despite sounding like a nickname for your genitalia, it gives another economic slot, and my game is completely decked out. We also get the lady who gives you city-states as your own cities, and I decided to go to Singapore, even though I won't be able to keep it, just for the satisfaction of popping her. Heroic age, we did it, my life's complete, and we even get to keep Singapore. We'll take some luxuries and pick our 3 bonuses, as we get smart materials a lot earlier on than usual, but we'll still need to wait a while for the boosters to win the game. Yeah, 700 science. At this point, the game is over, and it's just a slog to keep hitting next turn. There's the expedition with T-minus 50 turns till victory, but we're gonna definitely get there a lot sooner. With the laser stations and the engineer I've saved until now, we can immediately go up to 3 light years per turn, and despite the Dark Age, we got more on the way. And finally, with nothing else interesting going on, we got it, the last turn needed, as we catch a fat W on Deity, despite the fact my capital was about as useful as a boat with a hole on the bottom. But that's it. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future content, and let me know down below, Hulu, Netflix, or Amazon Prime, for the daily sacrifice to the almighty algorithm. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.